You've got the negative timer on. Just take that off.
Well, okay, shut up. Hello, everybody.
Oh my god. And warn me before you turn us on.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, hi, Short Bud. Yes,
Did you hit that lamp?
Hi, Short Bud.
Yeah, it's the Nut Hut. Welcome to the Nut Hut.
Mm.
But for real, welcome everybody to Wildsea. We're back. We took a brief hiatus because Tori had to be, like out of the country and shit. And then last week, Meat was dying. And this week, Meat is dying again, but with something different, and we're playing without him. So that's that. Bees is eating dinner. We love that for him. He got a fork late. He deserves it. We are going to be playing this game. This is a tabletop RPG. I have commands now. I would say hello to June, but I literally said hello to June when I saw her on Tori's camera. But we have new commands. Hang on, my face is really like up in this bitch right now. Hi, June. So we have we have a little blurb. We have little blurbs. Look at that.
Oh, blurbs.
Little blurbs about stuff. So this is the Wildsea. It takes place in a world covered in oceans of treetops. Knocked my headset out for that. Shut the fuck up. This bitch.
Oh my god, I'm realizing that I lost my character sheet. It's fine.
Oh no.
It's fine, don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Wildsea. Treetops. Treetops? Trees. Everything is trees. Crezzerin makes everything grow really fast, really weird, and really big. And has weird effects on animals and humanoids. Including people. They turn into little slimes. You'll see. It's me.
It's me, I'm the slime.
It's me. I'm the slime. We're wild sailors. We have a ship that we sail the treetops in. And I also wrote us a little blurb about the ship, if I can remember what the command is for it, because...
It's Boneworm.
It's Boneworm. But yes, we are sailing on a ship made out of a Leviathan corpse. It's creepy as fuck. It's still... I don't want to say living. The heart is still pumping.
I think you mean cool as fuck, Phil.
It can be both. It can be both. Notice I did put the squirrels in our blurb, which I think is important.
The squirrels are very important.
They're very important. So yeah. And it's not played like D&D. It's very much based on wording. So it's very narrative heavy. And we play with a pool of D6 as opposed to the standard set of dice used in other tabletop RPGs. The game master in this case is called the Firefly, and that is our lovely Tori up there in the corner. Hi, Tori.
Oh.
We also have with us today me. Hi. I'm playing Zoraka, who is a Ketra, which is... Ketra are descendants of humans that did not escape the effects of crezzerin. They're slimes. You can see their bones. They pick out their bones. My bones are made of driftwood. I also have a slime cat. His name is Snots. And he's a baby. I may or may not blow things up on a regular basis. In addition to me, we normally have Chandler playing Meat. However, we do not have Meat tonight. I believe Tori may be playing some Meat-adjacent things.
Yes, as the Firefly, I will control Meat when necessary. But mostly, yes, it will be you two.
And then, last but definitely not least, we have our very own Jory Bees. Beezus, tell us about Umi.
You can read about Umi in the blurb. about Umi. Umi is a gal. They are a little mushroom person. Umi is also an anchored, meaning that Umi, they were previously they've died, but there's something tethering them to the material world. Their quest for the ultimate ingredient to make crezzerin a safe ingredient to cook with. And they are always in the kitchen slash lab making chaotic creations with Zoraka. And it's great because Zoraka and Umi work so well together that only they know like which pots are science experiment and which pots are food for eating.
We share the brain cell.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could throw the Zoraka command in there too, so everybody gets to see all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Meat doesn't have one yet. You can shame him publicly in the Discord, which also has a command. If you're not in the Discord, there it is. There's the link. Come have fun with us.
Mm-hmm.
We're tons of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. June's like, damn, bitch, this is too many commands. Why do we have all of these? Oh my god, I kicked my cat.
Wow. Animal abuse on Twitch.
Why are you down there? Don't look at me like that. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. I will let our wonderful Firefly get us started, unless anybody else has announcements they need to make.
I do not think so. So, last time, during our first session, we met our colorful cast of characters, and I'm ignoring the chat. And we boarded the Bone Worm as our crew set sail to the south of the spit in which they started in order to investigate rumors of unusually large creatures, bugs or beasts, either one, that have been coming out of the south. They'd heard a few different hunters and a butcher speak about just the insanely large animals that had been coming up from different hunting ships. Umi purchased some of the meat from one of these insects, and upon consuming it, they realized that there was crezzerin already in the meat, not just that Umi added. After stopping for the night, they were attacked by a massive bee that did try to fly off with Zoraka, but thankfully they were able to kill it and now have bee guts all over their ship. The squirrels are eating the bee guts and becoming more and more carnivorous by the day. And I think that leads us to right now. You all have rested overnight and are ready to head off the next morning with a mostly clean ship deck from bee guts.
Mostly.
There's a couple little like wet floor signs put up by the squirrels.
I like to think that Pork Chop is the one leading the OSHA compliance there.
Oh yes, I forgot to put it in my little Umi blurb, but Umi has a little sous chef, a sous squirrel named Pork Chop, who was with the fighting squirrels, but was kind of like the runt of the group and not particularly skilled at fighting, but is really good at being a little sous squirrel for Umi's cooking, which I've described as like Umi's food is like if you're a white person and you go into a Thai restaurant and you order like Thai hot food, that's like the kind of that's the sort of kick we're talking about. So no wonder meat is laid up with the tummy trubs today.
Yes, I'm not sure where you all each sleep on the ship. But I imagine Meat is just kind of just laying on the ground, Liver King style.
Hmm.
And he is kind of curled up in a ball today. The extra crezzerin in the meat did not agree with him.
He's not used to it yet. He'll get there.
I'll get there.
So, was the giant hornet thing that tried to take me away, was that the thing we were hunting?
You all were just checking out the fact that there are large, like extra large creatures down here.
So we haven't found like the source of why they're all so fucking big yet.
No. You found one of the large creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I say we journey more toward the direction that thing came from.
Okay. So with our journey, we need someone who is on watch and someone who is at the helm. This is kind of more just like one of you is going to roll the watch roll that will kind of decide what happens today, and the other one is choosing how fast you're going, whether you are just moving at a safe, decent speed, which allows you more chance and time to potentially avoid things that might happen, or whether you are going as fast as possible in order to get to your destination as quickly as possible.
Okay. I'll drive.
Okay.
We'll
Would you
go-
like to?
Oh, so do I roll for the watch?
Yes, that does mean you will be rolling for a watch.
I want to go at a
so-
normal speed.
Okay, so you're cutting a path at a normal speed. Okay, so Umi, if you can go ahead and roll me just 1d6.
Okay. A 3.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are heading at your normal speed. The the ship squirrels are running around finishing the cleanup. This is a bright, wonderful day outside. Good weather. As Umi, you spot kind of descending from the sky an airship, with a
Mhm.
large kind of blimp-like shape, holding up a like a basket-like ship underneath it. The blimp has like 4 or 5 sails, like kind of pasted on the side of it,
Mhm.
to actually control its speed, and it is descending towards your all ship.
Umi just kind of like points one like bioluminescent finger at the ship and just very calmly says, "Ahoy there."
God, I fucking forgot
And
Umi's
then-
voice.
And then sends Porkchop to report to Zoraka.
Is it like? I mean, I assume after I get the report from the squirrel, I can see it.
Yes, and the bone worm is not a very large ship. It is specifically a small ship. So you guys are probably, if Umi is on watch, you're within seeing distance of the quiet ahoy there. If not hearing distance. But
Okay. Is the blimp like if I throw on the brakes, could we stop before it gets to it hits us?
it's not on a like crash course. It is purposefully descending. So yes, you could stop and it would, following its current line of descent, not hit you, but it's not like it's crashing into you.
I feel like I would like to, and Umi, feel free to offer opinions, but I feel like I would like to slow down and kind of stealth and get a visual on what's happening here after they come down a little bit further.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Okay. So are you trying
Yes.
to hide
We
your
do
ship?
not know if they are friend or foe. That was not an intentional rhyme.
And yet.
And yet.
Yes. Trying to stealth. Hide.
Okay. Oops. Of all the many things I pulled up, I did not pull up Boneworm ship sheet.
I didn't either, and that's where I was headed as well. God forbid we're actually prepared.
So you have 1 stealth. So
Right.
go ahead and just roll 1d6.
We both roll?
Just one of you.
Me.
Whoever wants to.
Okay. I'll do it since I made Bees roll the watch this time.
Okay.
That's a 3.
So that is a failure. So yes, you all kind of stop, and as you're slowing down and looking around, there aren't really many tall trees around here. So you kind of just stopped in the middle of the ocean.
Hey.
That's it.
That's rude.
However, as you are looking and as it gets closer in the time it takes you to stop, it's close enough that you can see there are like bags and things that are all over this rather small basket. It looks even smaller than your ship in actual usable ship size. Because the basket's the only place that seems there's someone who is like on it. And there are like, yeah, these bags full of, as you look, as it gets closer and closer, and as you all stop, it does kind of change course. And continue to head towards you. It is purposefully heading your direction. You just see all these bags, and even as it gets closer and closer, the deck is also piled with these huge just sacks of letters. And you see a young man kind of hanging out the side and like waving to you guys.
I wave back. I'm like, hey.
Umi like waves his little like mushroom frond hand. Sorry, their little mushroom frond hand.
The airship continues to pull closer. And you can see on the side, express mail. As it pulls down closer to you, it kind of seems like it's coming in a little fast. And then the young man that is driving it, who is an ectus, so he is a cactus person, you kind of see a look of like, oh shit, on his face as he runs back and suddenly starts pulling levers to slow the ship down. And it pulls up with a slight little bump, but does not crash into you, as it pulls up just kind of above and beside your ship. And he kind of holding like a rope that is the only thing that then is keeping the ship in place, is just this rope that he has wrapped around his arm. Hops off with a package under his arm, lands on your ship, says hello.
Hello. What you got?
Can you sign for this package?
I'll take it.
Okay, just sign right here. He hands out like a little clipboard.
I signed Meat's name.
Okay. He says, thank you. Keda salutes, climbs back up onto the ship, and flies off.
Well, that
leaving
was strange.
you with a package that's about, I don't know if you can see my arms, yay big. You know, bigger than like a shoebox, but smaller than, I don't know, smaller than like a crate. It's you can hold it in with one person. The ship just kind of flies off.
I plop down the box between us. Does it have anything on it? Like who it's from or anything like that?
No, it is just wrapped in brown paper, tied with rope. Completely blank on the outside.
Do you think we should open it?
Well, it might be best to check it first for any kind of poison or unusual crezzerin concentrations, and then Umi just takes the package and licks it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's sure. Why not?
Go ahead and just roll a d6 for me, Umi.
Mm-hmm. A 6.
Okay. Tastes like paper.
Mm. The paper is not poisoned.
Do you also need to taste the string, or do we assume the string is safe if the paper is safe?
I think the string is fine.
Okay. I will reach out and untie the string and gently pull just the paper. Like, very carefully, just touching the paper.
Mm-hmm.
And pulling it open.
Is it going to be a glitter bomb?
If it's a glitter bomb, I swear to God.
Tastes like money.
I mean, that's what she said after she said it's a pipe bomb, so I don't know. June, you good over there?
She's vibing. She's always vibing.
Unrelated, did I see your dog wander by?
Probably, yes. He's on the couch. There's a cat on my lap, too.
Babies.
So yes, as you peel off just the paper, inside is a wooden box. Looks like a classic kind of chest style. Just a little latch. It's not locked or anything.
Okay. I want to very slowly, very, very slowly undo the latch and like lift it up just enough that I can see just inside the like I'm basically looking to see if there's a mechanism or anything that will go off when I open it.
Go ahead and give me a roll for that to see what you can see inside.
Okay. Can I use sharps?
Sure.
Or
What does sharps
actually, tides might be better. Whichever.
Yeah, either one.
We'll go with sharps, and then maybe one from rattle.
Sure.
Okay. So that's 2, and then do I just get one base? One, or is it just whatever I come up with?
You just get one from your edges, however many
skills
things you have in your skills. So do you just have one in rattle?
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you have any aspects that you're using.
I do not at the moment. So 2.
Okay. Then just 2.
That's a 4.
Okay. So as you open it up, you do see that there is some sort of mechanism on the inside that looks kind of like you can kind of see that there should be some sort of key, even though the actual thing wasn't locked.
Interesting. I don't know if we should open this the rest of the way, Umi. It looks like it's rigged to do something, but I don't think I have any way to disarm it.
Can I also roll?
What are you rolling to do?
I've got Delve as one of my skills. Bypass locks traps.
Okay. So you're trying to disarm it?
Yes. And I've also... Can I use my Veil's Edge? Shadow, Cipher, Secrecy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. How many dice is that? 2?
If you just have one in whatever the skill was.
1 skill, and then one edge.
Yes, yeah. However many levels in that skill you have, basically.
Okay, yeah.
And then if you have any aspects you want to use.
Yeah. What are my aspects? None that are helpful.
Okay.
So 1 for Delve, and then is it 1 for the edge or no?
Yes, it's also 1 for the edge.
Okay.
So what are you trying to do? How are you trying to disarm this?
Umi pulls out... What's the thing Umi would have? Like a pickling fork. Or a pickle fork or something. A delicate random thing.
Okay.
Go. Okay, a 6 and a 3, so 9.
Oh, so you just take the top one. So 6, which is a triumph. So that is a complete success. So yes, with your little fork, you are able to kind of jiggle it in the lock. And open the lid the rest of the way without setting off the contraption.
Can we see what the contraption was supposed to do now that it's open?
Yes, now that it's open, it actually just seems to be a little like a little kind of thing that would puff out some sort of powder.
Is the powder in there?
Yeah, if you kind of get in there and look it up, it's like a dye. So it would have exploded on the box.
And dyed the box?
Yes.
Hmm.
Can I gather it up and put it in a vial?
So it's kind of like a glitter bomb.
Kind of like a glitter bomb.
It's already in a vial. It basically would have, it's a little, glass thing that a hammer would have hit and kind of dumped all over the box. And its contents. So yes, if you want a vial of dye, you've now got a vial of, this kind of dark blue dye.
Would that be specimen or salvage?
Probably specimen.
Oh my god, I can't remember what specimens I got last week. Or last time. From the...
Did you say what color the dye was?
Dark blue.
Okay. I just pocket that. Is there anything else in the box?
Yes. There are wrapped carefully so as to not break in the inevitably bumpy journey, 3 large empty glass vials, and 1 letter.
Does it have a name on the front or anything? Like, is it addressed to one of us?
It is not addressed to one of you. On the back, it is addressed to the crew of the Dreamer.
That's not us.
And Umi says, opening other people's mail is illegal.
Laws,
We have committed a crime.
laws are more like suggestions. I think we'll be okay. I don't think anybody's gonna know.
Well, and what Umi is saying also is, we've already opened the package. Might as well open the letter.
I agree. Let's see what's in this thing.
Okay. So yes, you all break the seal on the letter. Open it up, and it is just a kind of thick sheaf of paper. That looks basically like an order manifest that is like it's neatly written out of like 3 full vials, crezzerin, delivered to AC warehouse number 3 by a date that in the general thing is about 4 days from now.
So we already opened these people's mail, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could, hypothetically, if we wanted to, using our very unique skill sets, fill this order.
Set of skills.
Yeah, fill this order and take it to this warehouse and see what the fuck's going on. Hypothetically.
We could. Hypothetically. We could. The warehouse might have some interesting ingredient.
Yeah, could also have something to do with the giant hornet that tried to drop me off into the ether.
It could.
So,
Notably, there are not directions to the warehouse on there.
I thought you said it said where the warehouse was.
No, it says AC warehouse number 3.
Surely somebody's heard of it, right?
Surely someone has heard of it.
Aside from us.
Hmm.
Well, there's no reason not to fill these vials with crezzerin. I mean, that's just more for us to use anyway, right?
Of course.
And then if we happen
Our
across
ship
this
does
place,
run on crezzerin.
Yeah, and then if we happen across this place, it'll just be done. Yeah. Good plan. Good plan. We
Okay.
should start looking for more crezzerin. Mm-hmm. Also,
Where
Where
continue
should
on
we
your way?
start?
also out of game, I'm about to fuck up the visual on the overlay just for a second.
How dare you?
Please don't mind me.
Oh,
I forgot to put the
Oh.
blurps in again, bees. I'm sorry.
How is my wife supposed to make us hydrate endlessly?
Yeah, exactly.
Except she can't, she has no money.
Ha ha. Did that pop up for you guys?
I don't know.
I didn't think so.
It did not.
I didn't think so. Where are we gonna put it? Where am I gonna put it? Right there. There's that. Sorry, I know this is annoying. I'm really sorry, guys.
God, Del.
I'm the worst.
How dare you?
I'm the
Okay, it gives me
worst.
time to write these things down because I know you guys aren't, and then I can rub it in your faces that you don't remember.
I am so writing things down. I just can't find the place where I wrote the things down the last time.
Could you potentially repeat the warehouse name again, though?
AC
See,
warehouse number 3.
Warehouse number 3. Okay.
The seal also had a stylized AC on it. And it did say that the order was due in 4 days.
Wow. That does not give us much time to collect the crezzerin.
No, it does not. But I think we can do it. Now, can we collect the crezzerin and find this place? I don't know. But we can definitely collect the crezzerin.
The vials are quite large. It would be a... It is a lot of crezzerin, a kind of, like, more crezzerin than you typically would run into, even with you actively searching for it.
Okay. Hello, Nori.
Nori.
Nori is being really sweet, and it's kind of mean. Rude. Anyway.
Oh, I missed the...
Okay, do you all continue on?
Yes. With looking for crezzerin as we're traveling.
Okay.
Does that mean we need to go slow?
If you're going to stop and, like, yes, be actively looking, it will slow your progress a little bit.
Okay. Then yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, yeah, the fact that you are stopping to look for crezzerin will basically add one extra, like, box onto your track of getting to your destination.
Which we don't know how many boxes are on that anyway, right?
No. Because you didn't do enough research to know where exactly you're going.
We're doing great. We're good
Doing
at this.
so well. Well, I could do some research. I'm just trying to, like, reorganize my character sheet. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's so fine. Okay.
I could use my... I have tides or instinct I could use.
I think we would have had
And
to talk
delve.
to people.
That's true. Well, the next time we find someone.
If you want to, you know, I guess you could try to, like, track kind of thing, but you don't really know what you're looking for.
Right. So, the next time we talk to someone.
Yes, y'all just kind of headed south.
Well, that's the direction they said it was, and so we went there. I have no regrets on that subject. I don't know why you're being so mean about it.
No
I'm
regrets.
not being mean, I'm simply stating facts.
Also, I kicked my cat again.
How dare you?
He's under my feet.
Then you should move your feet.
I have to sit here.
Sounds like you probably. Anyway. So yes, you all are heading on. If you are going to stop and look for crezzerin, how are you doing that? And so create your role for doing that.
Tides.
Okay.
Can I use concoct?
Sure. Yes.
And wave walk.
I think you only get one skill.
Only one skill? Then I will use concoct.
Okay. But Umi, you can help with this. I believe in which case you also roll, but then whatever consequences, if you do fail, apply to both of you.
I can add instinct and delve.
Okay.
So I have 3. How many was that for you? 2?
I have 2.
So 5?
So kind of narrate what each of you all are doing in order to look for this.
So I'm using my knowledge of what crezzerin, like the different forms it can take and what it can look like, based off my history working with it in experimentation as well as living in the treetops.
So you're kind of looking out for trees that like you
That
think
like
might have
would have
large.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Umi.
And then Umi is using their instinct to, like, sense the wind, the direction. Like, is there a strong, like, crezzerin, like, sense, vibe, taste coming from a particular direction, and delve to, like, basically, like, try to, like, pinpoint any particular spot.
So give me y'all's rolls.
Okay. So I rolled a 6 and a 4.
Oh, well, damn.
I rolled a 5.
Okay. So the 6 is the highest one. So, honestly, with that complete triumph, yeah, you guys are, Umi, especially, you are very knowledgeable about the smell of crezzerin. And you are kind of picking up the vibes, and then directly south of you, pretty much, you get a very, very large whiff of crezzerin in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Umi kind of like is up on the bow or whatnot of the bone worm, and is like like licking his finger and holding it licking their finger and holding it up to the wind, and is like inhaling like very deep breaths of it, like
It is
and
the
they're
crispest crezzerin you've ever smelled. It's like, if you pick like amazing basil off a basil bush.
mm-hmm,
It smells wonderful. Like walking into like a
mm-hmm,
spice world.
mm-hmm. And Umi signals that it is in the southward direction. I'm picking up very strong notes of crezzerin in the wind coming from the south.
I will direct us that way to find the appropriate
Ahoy!
tree.
I do want to remind you both. You're searching for crezzerin-infused animals in the south. And you're
Yeah.
stopping to look for crezzerin on the way. um,
We can do both. We'll just have
Do you
extra.
need to?
We'll just have extra.
We'll just have extra crezzerin for eating.
June says we must hydrate.
Okay.
Okay.
Honestly, with that 6, I'm just taking off the extra thing that was needed on your track to get there. So with that whiff of crezzerin and heading purposefully in the right direction, you do actually reach the destination you were searching for. Which, as you all kind of, you're just going in, that scent of crezzerin is just getting stronger and stronger. So you can also smell it now, Zoraka. It smells like explosives and fun. And you come upon a huge, what used to be at one point a tall shank. So a tree that extends even farther above the treetop sea, that often become places where there are communities and cities built. However, this one has fallen over. So you basically have a stump of a tree big enough to house a city on. And oozing out of the top of it is just huge amounts of crezzerin. And as you get closer, even for you two, have a pretty good immunity to crezzerin, built up from years of interacting with it, consuming it. The spicy good smell is almost acrid at this point. This is a very intense amount of a very dangerous substance.
Wow. We hit the mother lode.
This is the spicy one.
I guess I should go get some in some of these vials? Yeah?
You have not reached the bottom of the tree yet. Like I said, like it is oozing down the side. You can try to pull the ship up, but it is like your eyes watering, kind of like getting a headache already. Intense amount of a chemical. So you two, with your experience with crezzerin, would know enough that walking up to this and sticking a vial into basically a geyser would not be good for your health.
That makes sense.
You know, maybe I'm wrong and your characters are more foolhardy, but working with this chemical, I imagine, has given both of you a healthy respect for it.
So maybe we should skirt around the outsides here and see what the trees around it are looking like, too. And keep an eye out for any beasties while we're here.
Agreed.
As you sail around the tree, you can see where the crezzerin has hit the other treetops. They are growing incredibly quickly in the way that crezzerin makes things. But they are growing in this kind of spiky, like, large branches that shoot up into the sky with very few leaves and then die quickly because of that. Kind of growing in this mutated, unhealthy way of just like far too much crezzerin. You see some, as you get closer, you see carcasses of insects that have mutated so quickly, you know, like two heads, you know, and then just like huge bulbous growths on them in ways that clearly led to their demise. Scattered around the bottom. Some of them are stuck in huge globs of crezzerin, a sticky substance, sap, and are either in the process of dying or have already perished.
Hmm.
Is there a way for us to, like, shut off the faucet? I mean, meat has these, artillery things on the ship, right? Could we just knock the top off of the tall shank?
Well, the top has already
Hmm.
fallen off of the tall shank. It's basically a stump with the tree hanging down, and the
Right.
thing that is the crezzerin is coming from the inside, the fallen over portion of the tree. If it was, you know, you tap into a maple tree and the syrup comes out, or the sap comes out, right? So the whole tree has fallen over and the crezzerin is now leaking out into the
Hmm.
forest below.
To
That does mean as you sail around, there's the huge trunk, and then there's the large tree that's fallen down. Some of it has disappeared and already had the Wildsea kind of reclaim it, but you can see where that trunk is. Meaning that to sail entirely around the stump, you would have to kind of go under. Um, this massive trunk. And as you come upon to the shadow of that trunk, you do see another Wildsea ship parked next to the stump.
Oh, we probably don't want to
It would
interact
seem
with them.
it would seem we are not alone.
We probably want to go back the other direction. Yeah. Yeah, let's go back to the other side of the trunk.
So you are
Yes.
stopping and
We also
reversing
will.
before you get too close?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll a stealth
Fuck.
roll for your ship.
I rolled it last time.
I just rolled a 6, so. Also, I swear I'm not lying on these.
No,
I feel like I've rolled a lot of 6s, but I can share my dice screen.
It's okay.
You're good. Did
I'm
you
making
roll a
up for
6
it.
for the stealth roll?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you
And
guys
I didn't even use like veils, which would have been smart, but
well, this is
oh
the
well.
stealth roll is for the ship, so you're using the stealth stat of the bone worm, which is 1. So you do just get 1 on it. So yes, you all stop and are able to kind of back the ship up, and turn around and sneak your way back around the trunk before getting close enough to really interact with or have the other ship see you, it seems.
Okay, so I feel like we need to stop the flow of this crezzerin somehow. Or slow it down.
Well, we cannot possibly gather all of the crezzerin that is leaking out. But we could fill our stores.
Could we?
And
no, I don't know.
Umi is thinking of, I don't know.
I feel like we
I was like,
should,
can I
with
patch
something.
it over? Yeah, can I patch it over with some fast-growing fungus? Gosh, Scupper's just stretched in a really cute way.
I want to stress the top of this trunk is like the size of 4 city blocks.
So that's a no.
I mean, you could try. Like, tall shanks typically have entire cities that wrap around and live on them. This one has fallen. Like, the trunk is a massive thing.
We're gonna have to interact with that other ship, aren't we?
Or we could just pull a Patrick Star. Let's leave.
I think.
Yes, the longer that you are here, you are, like, it is, your lungs are getting, like, a little inflamed, your eyes are watering, as you have taken 0 precautions, as this acrid chemical just, like, smell, and if you're just standing above, like, a vial of acid, that it's not fun. It's
right.
That. So, okay.
Is there anything that we can like assess, like, from what, like the trunk, like, that maybe like would have caused it to be cut down, or anything that might have like fled from the tree as it fell, like any creatures we could pursue and leave behind the other ship here?
You can try to look from down here, but I'll tell you, before you ever make that roll, you're probably gonna have like at least 2 cut on it, because you can't see the top of the trunk. It's very difficult to get any information from right here.
Okay.
There
So
are like alleys you could try to climb up the trunk. It is not completely covered in crezzerin. It's just like, you really don't want to just, take a spoon and start slopping this stuff into the vials kind of thing.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. 2 things. First thing, that other ship is sus as fuck. The second thing is that I think that wherever they go, we should follow them. So I think we should go around and get, like, kind of away from the trunk. And then, but somewhere where we can still see that ship. And then when they leave, we follow them wherever they're going.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That.
So you all are trying to stay out of their view, but where you can see them,
Yes.
Yes.
and you're just gonna kind of sit there and wait for them to leave.
Yep.
And
Okay.
then follow them.
So yes, you all are able to pull around. I see the trash can man behind you, Delaney.
The trash can man.
Kind of pull around. Say I'll use that same stealth roll. So I'll say, you know, you're able to stay hidden, at least to your knowledge, as you kind of set up and set to observe this ship. How are you just watching it to see if it leaves, or are you going to try to fully like follow where it's going?
I want to
Or
follow it.
like look, not follow where it's going, like follow like what's happening on it. Like, do you have, you know, a spyglass or anything that you're looking at it to try to get a closer look, or are you just gonna like stay really far away and try to follow it if it leaves?
I'm eyeballing it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me like a roll to see how much information you can gather about this ship.
Okay, that would be tides, exploration, learning, lore, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's all I have. Sorry, there's a cat. Cat. So I can roll 1. Yeah.
There is a cat.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Incredible.
Okay. So yeah, that is a disaster.
Yeah, I am.
So you are sitting, watching this ship, and you guys just sit here for like most of the day. The ship doesn't move. As you all are just sitting here, kind of killing time, with Zoraka like staring intently at the ship, and it's far away. You really can't see anything, but as the afternoon sun is kind of setting behind you, you do see a glint off of something on the ship that seems to be pointing at you guys.
Oh shit.
Zoraka, I think they might have seen us.
Well, you might be right. Maybe they're friendly?
Maybe. If not, we have our trusty squirrel brigade at the ready.
What if they're getting ready to shoot us in the face, though?
Should I signal them back?
As now that you saw like that first glint, you do suddenly start seeing a glint in a pattern. Do either of you guys speak signaling?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, signaling is kind of like a Morse code of you know, lights, and you kind of get the code of like Who are you?
Hmm. Umi uses their body, which is bioluminescent, to like blink out messages.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Umi has one level in signaling
Okay.
and can do the basic like code for like this is like the ship information basically.
So do you tell them the actual like correct ship information? Like, are you just being like, "Oh, we're the bone worm"?
No. Umi, it's like a vague like like that the vessel is for exploration and scavenging.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're blinking.
I imagine Zoraka's
So
just watching this happen, like, what the fuck are you doing with your body? I have
just
no
vibing.
feeling.
Is that one dice? Do I need to roll?
You don't need to roll for that. You're not, you're just doing it.
Yeah.
You really only need to roll if like there's a chance of failing.
Yeah.
You do get the response back of like crew size, like asking for the size of your ship.
Umi counts the 4 crew members, but also the squirrel brigade.
Okay.
There's 3 of us. There's what? How many squirrels are there? 4?
There seems to be a varying number of squirrels depending on our attitude.
Well,
the
there's
higher
us,
end.
and then,
Cat.
well, and also I'm including Snots and Pork
You take
Chop, so
that
that's
away.
5 plus the squirrel. How many squirrels?
Like, I don't know.
6.
Call it like 8.
8 squirrels. Okay. Wait, so 8 total or 8 squirrels?
8 squirrels.
Okay, so that's 13. What a great number. 13.
Yeah, that seems
Okay.
like it goes with my luck today.
There's kind of like a pause as you guys kind of wait, and then the signal comes back. Come closer.
What are you
Zoraka,
doing?
they want us to come closer. I do not believe this would be a wise course of action.
Why?
And Umi also blinks back like Umi wants their like information. Like they want to know what the other ship's size and crew is.
Once again, there's a little pause. And they come back with 14, and then SOS.
They're saying they're a crew of 14 and they're in trouble. They're giving us the SOS signal. What should we do, Zoraka?
Do you? I mean, can you ask how many are?
Any wounded? Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Or if their ship
okay.
is just like non-functional, you know?
Right. So Umi sends out like like I feel like these are all just basic like ship to ship communication type things. Like
Yes, it's kind of like simple. Yeah.
Like what's the function, like what is the functioning status of the ship? Like any casualties, number of injured.
They just repeat like come closer SOS.
They will not give us the requested information.
I don't super trust it, but
After a little bit of deliberation, that then also comes back with, like, 4 missing.
missing?
So they're down to 10. This could be a trap, but it could also be a way to gather more information about Warehouse AC3.
Fuck. Yeah, we should probably go help, but we should be ready. So, hear me out. I think that Umi should drive while I go spend the little time between in the lab kitchen cooking up a couple of crezzerin bombs.
Okay.
Umi's face kind of lights up, and they're like, "I get to drive the ship."
Yeah, Umi, you get to drive. So, okay, so Tori, what do I need to do to make some crezzer, like, like putting together really fast Molotov cocktails like that, but with crezzerin?
Since you are doing it pretty quickly, go
It's
ahead
just a
and make a roll for
crezzerin
me.
cocktail.
Okay, that would be what, concoct and probably
I mean, sharps
Sharps.
would definitely work. And then any aspects that you have, like the workshop would give you 1 as an advantage.
Okay.
And then if you've got any aspects that would help you.
Nope, not at the moment.
Okay. But so the workshop would give you an advantage as well.
That is 5 with a twist.
Okay. So chat, need your help with a twist.
It's twisting time.
Let's twisting
the night away.
The Jube is no longer there.
She's there.
Anybody in chat, feel free to help us out with a twist.
Twist while making quick crezzerin Molotov cocktails. On a 5, so it was a success with a kind of conflict. Sounds good. Okay. So yes, you are able to make a couple, but in your kind of fast throwing together, you're not certain exactly how long the fuse on these things will be.
Cool. I don't know where to put that because I know that's not an aspect.
So that would actually be basically, it would be an aspect, or maybe a resource. I don't have the character sheet pulled up, but basically, since you said you wanted to make 2 of them, you'd have 2 track that once that's done, they're gone.
Okay.
And they will just do spread, like, acid damage, basically.
Okay. I'll just make a page for, like, temporary stuff.
I think they're called resources.
Well, there are, like, resources, but those fall under scrap, specimen, whisper, and chart.
Okay. Wherever you want to put it down, basically, you've got 2 crezzerin bombs.
Okay. You got it. And they do long-range acid damage?
Yes. With a variable fuse.
Love it.
Okay. And so as you guys sail up to this ship with Umi driving, Umi, you see, as you finally get close enough to kind of see the ship better, there doesn't appear to be any damage to the ship itself. But you do see written on the side, the Dreamer.
It would appear that this is the very ship whose mail we illegally opened.
I instruct one of the squirrels to
Yes,
get a little
pork chop.
squirrel crew together to hide the box and the letter.
Okay.
Pork
yes,
chop, chop chop.
Pork chop
Chop
and a
chop
few
is like
buddies.
the only command that pork chop understands. Pork chop, chop chop.
So yes, pork chop and a few buddies kind of lift this large box on top of their little squirrel heads and like bridge run it down and shove it basically in the like squirrel nest. And just cover it with stuff and just kind of spirit it away somewhere.
Excellent.
In y'all's workshop, it's not really a difficult ask because the place looks like a bomb went off in it anyway.
It's my favorite
That
room.
sounded very judgmental.
And so you guys pull up beside the ship, which is rather small. It's a little bigger than yours. It looks like it would normally be crewed by like 5 to 8 people. And you see, as you pull up, kind of arguing on the deck, a pair of identical twin, ardent, like, teenagers.
Amazing.
That are two teenage boys that are standing there kind of like bickering back and forth as you guys pull up. And then cut off as you like actually pull up beside the ship.
Do we see anybody else on deck?
No.
Does there appear to be an under part of the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there would be an under part that there would be, it's similar kind of construction to your all's. There's the deck, and then there'd be the under part where you would sleep and you'd have your, where you'd cook and eat and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And assumedly a small cargo hold.
Okay. I have tucked my bombs into my little lab coat pocket so that they're, nearby but out of sight. And I'll just like raise my hand and be like, "Hoy there. You guys doing okay?"
Yeah, Umi like waves like, "Ahoy there."
They kind of like look at each other, and it's two like teenage boys. They're like 16. Lanky, got acne. They kind of got longer hair, both of them pulled back. They kind of look at each other, and one of them like shoves the other one forward. He kind of steps up and is like, yeah, hi. Our crew left."
He
kind of points at the massive trunk.
They left.
Well, they went up there.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like a day ago.
Oh, they're not coming back from that.
We definitely still have like more crew under the deck though. If you decide you're gonna like attack us, we've got more crew down there, so don't attack us.
Okay, well, I don't think
the one behind kind of just like hangs his head and like
I don't think we were planning on attacking you. What's
Of course not.
Is your ship okay?
Yeah, they told us to wait here, but that was like a while ago.
Okay. What are y'all doing out here?
We're the one behind kind of pulls the one that stepped forward back and steps up. Is like we're on a job. We're on a very important job.
That was extremely vague.
What are you guys doing around here?
we're trying to figure out why there's so many giant animals. And also, definitely gathering some crezzerin.
They kind of like look at each other and share a look. They're like, well, it's kind of what we were doing too, I think.
You think or you know?
And to look at each other again. They don't really tell us much.
The rest of the crew?
Yeah.
I tell you what, kids. You let me come over and take a look. See if I can figure out where everybody was going and what the fuck they were trying to do. And you guys come over here and let Umi make you a tasty meal.
Yes, I will create a delicious meal. We have leftovers.
Kind of like look at each other. You gonna like steal our ship? We'll be in really big trouble if you steal our ship.
Kid, our ship is so much cooler than yours. Why would I want that?
Hey, our
We
ship
also-
is cool.
You haven't been on ours yet.
We also do not have the towing capabilities.
We also do not have the towing capabilities. We are quite small.
Thought you had 13 people.
Well,
We do.
we have 13 crew members.
Kind of like narrow their
Port-
eyes
port-
too.
And Umi like leans into Zoraka with Pork Chop, insists that the squirrel brigade, the squirrel slingers are considered people
I know.
since they are sentient.
I know. They're just thinking humanoid, like us
Mhm.
people.
They're kind of bickering back and forth again, and then the first one that stepped forward is like, I am really hungry.
Okay, well let's get something set up. And I've got I don't know, do we have like a boarding plank or I've got a grappling hook? I don't know.
Yeah, you would have like a plank that you would drop whenever you dock at a place or
Yeah.
for exactly this kind of thing. And now that you guys are kind of there, same as you would on water, I imagine like they kind of toss over some ropes to tie the ships together, just to keep them from drifting apart. And yeah, you're easily able to cross over. You would have the things on your ship to do that.
Okay. I want to put the plank down and get them over on our ship first.
Okay. They do kind of scramble over, especially once one of them kind of catches sight of one of the squirrels. They're like, oh my god, that's so cute! And he kind of scrambles over.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
The squirrel
Yes,
kind of like
the squirrels
snaps at
can
him
be
a little
quite
bit.
volatile when provoked. However, Pork Chop, my Sioux squirrel, is quite a talented cook and will be assisting me in preparing your dinner.
Okay, Umi.
They both just get big like smiles on their face at that.
Mm-hmm.
Umi, you got it handled over here?
Follow me, boys, and I will get dinner started.
One of them is as one of them follows down, the other one kind of turns. Is like, wait, what's your name?
Oh, I'm Zoraka, and this is Snots. Snots is at my feet, like tail curled around my leg.
He also kind of smiles as that and is like, thanks. I'm Roko, and that's my brother Zeku.
Very nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll get this settled for you.
Kind of shuffles his feet, like, thanks. We weren't really sure what to do.
Happy to help when we can.
He turns around,
go
heads
get
down
dinner.
after Umi.
Snots and I will travel to the other ship.
Okay. It's kind of a it's a more classic style Wildsea ship. It's got a large chainsaw on the front of it. And on the back, a kind of, like, wide circular, like still kind of chainsaw. It's got big, like, spikes on it. Perfect for cutting and then pushing through really tough tangles of branches and that sort of thing. Clearly an exploration ship, with a open deck, that's got lots of space for crates and cargo to be stored on top. And you do see that there are a decent number of crates already stored on here. Clearly the ship's been already out and doing things for a while. And you see a kind of ladder going down to the under part of the ship.
Okay. I have 2 goals. The first goal is to peek and see what kind of cargo they're transporting.
Okay.
The other is to see if I can find a manifest or any, like, correspondence for what the job here specifically was for.
Okay. Peeking at the cargo up top, a good amount of it is just, like, food, water, the kind of things you need for a long trip. And then there's some kind of, similar to the B parts that you cleared off your ship, there seem to be what look like packaged samples of the large animals and insects. The same things that you kind of came here chasing.
Okay, I filed that away in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And now Snots and I are going to go look for manifests and letters and notes and captain's journals and stuff.
Okay. Are you climbing down the ladder into the kind of underset part? Okay. So as you climb down, the first thing you see is kind of a main common area, same as in your ship. Except there is, like, a kitchen area, and you see 5 hammocks kind of hanging around, and then a captain's quarters in the back that is locked.
Could Snots be a good kitty and corrode the lock with acid?
Sure. Yeah, I wouldn't even necessarily... Go ahead and roll for that just to see kind of, like, the extent of what happens.
Okay, so that would be probably Sharps, Concoct, and Snots.
Yep.
So 4.
Sounds good.
That's a 3. With a
Okay.
twist.
Ooh, okay.
I don't feel like I'm gonna like that outcome very much.
Well, the results of the just the straight roll will likely be is Snots is just kind of spitting acid at this. As he kind of spits, he kind of, like, coughs, and just a huge, like, splat of acid goes on this door and starts oozing through, making a very obvious large hole in the door. None of which is actually on the lock.
Jesus Christ, Snots.
But it makes a big enough hole that you could conceivably reach through and just unlock the door at this point.
I'll do that. It was terrible aim. Terrible aim.
Snots just kind of sits there and, like, finishes hacking up his little snot ball onto the floor, because it's not a hairball because he doesn't have hair. But that also burns a small hole in the floor.
Snots. What did I tell you? Only off the edge. I pat him on the head and unlock the door and go into the captain's quarters.
Say for your twist, some of the acid kind of sneezed after also landed on the desk, definitely burning a couple holes in a few of the papers that were sitting there.
Average cat
But-
moment. So true, June. So true.
You are still able to see on the desk is a chart for this area. So if you do want to add a chart around the fallen Tallshank to your charts. That has a couple holes ripped in it, so you can put the damaged tag on that, thanks to Snots. But it does have, like, this Tallshank circled, basically. And you do see in the bottom corner of it that same AC kind of stylized logo.
Okay. Is there any other correspondence on the table from AC? Do I see anything else with that logo on it, or the same script that was on the order that we got?
Go ahead and give me a roll to just kind of, like, search around.
Probably tides, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just get to roll one.
I mean, you can do, like, you can always try to find more things if you've got any delve, if you've got, however you're doing something.
Yeah, none of my other things really will help, I don't think. Because I've got concoct, rattle, and wave walk.
Okay.
Unless Snots can help me look. But, you know,
I
that
think
didn't work
Snots
out.
can help you look.
Yeah, I'm sure he could.
Just gives me more ammo for if you fail.
I rolled a 6, so fuck you.
Well, there we go. Okay. So yes, you are able to, you kind of easily pull open drawers on the desk, and you find a letter that looks, it's already been opened, but it did clearly have the seal, the same seal that was on the letter, and looks very similar to the letter that you guys stole from the mail. And as you open it, it looks the same kind of, like, sterile order manifest letter, right? Like, this isn't a letter that someone wrote to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
This is, like, the order for a job. And says, it basically has the, location provided on the chart. Investigate, await further instructions. AC. It's kind of a large envelope. You get the feeling the chart was also in this envelope.
Okay, I want to tuck it all back down in that envelope.
Okay.
And that will be coming with me.
Okay.
Is there anything else in the basement, in the basement, you know, whatever, that,
the hold?
The hold, thank you, bees. My brain was like, you know, the downstairs.
The downstairs. The mother-in-law suite.
We'll say with that 6, you do also, you find another chart.
Okay.
Of kind of the surrounding area with 3 small circles on it. But you're not exactly certain what those circles mean.
Does this chart have a title? I remember the importance of titles.
Yes, I know, and I'm trying to think of a title. Yes, we're gonna go to break after this, bees.
So the puppy can have he pupsicle.
Well, since my wife is home, she already got him the popsicle. But yes, we'll still go to break. For now, just say, like, unknown chart.
Okay. Okay. Then if that's everything, I also want to grab 1 or 2 nice-looking specimens out of their cargo hold.
Okay.
Finder's fee.
You get a say you get a large eye, like about the size of a dodgeball.
Damn. Can I tell what it came from?
A gall elk.
Gall elk?
GAUL-ELK.
Okay. Cool.
And you get a mandible from what looks like a kind of large beetle.
Nice. Okay. Then that's Snots and me for the moment.
Okay.
So I will recommend, if all is okay with you guys, we go to a 10-minute break, and when we get back, we can see what Umi and the teenagers were up to while I was scouring the hold.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Everybody hang out. We're going to go get beverages and use the potty and maybe have a snacko. You should all do the same and then be back
Snacko.
here in 10 minutes. We'll see you in a second. We're back. I have snackos.
Have a refilled
I
one?
don't have any snackos.
Slacker.
Sad.
I have weeb
Well,
snacks.
work was late, so I couldn't run to the store to get snacks between work and stream.
I was gonna
So-
say to tell work to kiss your ass, but then I remembered what you do for a living, and that seems kind of rude. Unless it was those people that I hate at your work, in which case they can.
It wasn't them, but alas and alack. We have returned.
right.
Waiting for over here.
Huh?
Oh,
Puppy?
I see a puppy.
Do you see a puppy?
Mhm.
Oh,
He's the most
Yeah.
puppy to ever puppy.
Hmm.
he is. He looks like the emoji dog. I love him.
He literally looks like you asked a kindergartner to draw a dog. That's what you get.
He's perfect.
He is.
Okay.
Sorry if you can hear my cat growling. I don't know what it's growling at.
We cannot. But even if we could, he's perfect. I wish we could, honestly.
What are you doing, my son? Oh, there's a bird. There's a bird outside the window.
Ah, yes.
Evil. Clearly.
Clearly.
Are we gonna?
Okay. So, jumping
So-
back in with Umi and Roko and Zeku.
Yes. Umi, like the galley / lab is so like crowded. He asks them to just wait out in the hall and is very insistent about do not touch anything in this room unless you want to die a painful fiery death in an explosion of a magnitude you could not even imagine. And then sets about preparing some of the leftover steak for the boys.
Okay.
And this time does not add um the crezzerin spice blend.
Okay. About 5 or so minutes into cooking your steak, you do kind of hear, like, something fall over and then, like, bickering between the two boys. Like, they said not to touch anything! What's it right there? Just kind of, typical teenage boy, like,
Mm-hmm.
shenanigans happening outside your door.
Siblings.
Umi kind of like gets everything started, but then lets Pork Chop take over the cooking of the steak, and then kind of turns to the boys and, like, in order to keep them occupied so that they won't be knocking over things and causing explosions, they're like they turn to the boys and and they're saying, "So, boys, tell me about yourselves. From where do you hail?"
I just hydrated. Hydrate, everybody.
I just hydrated.
Fucking do it. June's trying to drown us all.
Fine.
Boys.
Tori, that's your wife.
Yep. Love her.
Mm-hmm.
They both kind of, like, clam up a little bit and, nudging each other of, like, not quite sure what to say. When one of them finally says, well, we kind of, I don't know, we kind of grew up on our ship. Yeah, I don't know, Mom and Dad have been doing this as long as I can remember.
And have you always lived aboard the Dreamer?
When we were little, we were on that other ship. But then they I don't know. It's like, what, 10 years ago? No, it was at least 12 years ago. They kind of start bickering between each other a little bit about the timeline. But anyway,
Time is an illusion, boys. But please continue.
well, they worked with like this other captain, but then they got a big haul one time, and then we got the Dreamer, and now they have their own ship, and yeah, kind of a family operation.
I see. And where are your parents now?
Well, they went up the trunk.
Well, your steaks should be ready now, judging by the smell, and I have an excellent sense of smell. Pork chop, please bring the chops. Chop, chop. And Umi kind of like hands the boys these steaks, and he's like, Pork chop has prepared a special mushroom topping for you for your steaks. Worry not, these were specially grown culinary mushrooms. They do not come from my person.
They kind of look at you for a second, clearly kind of debating how much they're going to interact with that statement, and then just dig in with the voraciousness of teenage boys, and just absolutely inhale their steaks.
How is the taste, boys?
Kind of talking with
I
their
am
mouth,
always
like,
look.
"Oh, this is amazing."
Ah, I see we have some culinary aficionados here. Can enjoy the finer tastes in life. And then Umi kind of like turns back. They turn back to the galley and like start. They instruct Pork Chop to start cleaning up, and then starts kind of going back to examining the steak kind of from an experimental lens.
As they're eating, they do start to, once they've got at least like 3/4 of the steak in them and slow down a little bit. Rocco, the kind of more talkative one, starts speaking again. It's like, yeah, it was like a day and a half ago. Mom and Dad and the rest of them went up there. They said that they were. We were picking something up. We were supposed to get kind of more orders of what we were supposed to do. So we were waiting here for a while, but never showed up. So we kind of, I don't know. My older brother, Takuri, he got like anxious and wanted to go up, and so finally he convinced Mom and Dad and our sister, and they went up there. They told us to watch the ship, but they didn't come back.
I see. Well, you certainly have done an excellent job guarding the ship. And then, kind of in squirrel speak, like tells Pork Chop to go relay this information to Zoraka. Yes, Scup has been spotted. She is here.
Oh,
She baby. Behold her. Oh my god, she is so little. She's so little. She's like, Father, unhand me.
Father, why?
What did you say their older brother's name was, Tar?
Takiri. Tekeri.
Okay. I'm taking notes. You see this? This is me taking notes.
Proud of you.
They don't just say nut crumbs this time.
Not the nut crumbs.
For those of you that
Proud
aren't
of
aware,
you.
my notes from last session, which was a full 3.5 hour session, I took 2 notes, and of those 2 notes, one of them was useful, not really, and the other one just said nut crumbs.
It's because in the last session, Scuppers, who was trying to eat my leftover chicken pot pie, is anyway, in the last session, when we were in the marketplace, oh my god, now she's taking notes. In the last session, Umi went to the market and needed to get some food for the squirrels, the squirrel slingers, and pork chop, and got a large portion of nut to divide between them.
Hence the nut hut.
Welcome
The
to
nut
the
hut
Nut Hut.
and the nut crumbs. Yes.
Anyway, my bad. Also, I did some shouties because I forgot to do them. Even though I'm literally right here and could have done them at any time. That's fine.
So anyway, yes, the pork chop does kind of come and find you as you're finishing up your investigations. Zoraka kind of relays this information.
Interesting.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, at this point, Zoraka's just like musing out loud to Snots and Pork Chop. And she's like, there's no way these people survived up there. I mean, Umi could barely survive near it. And me.
Hmm.
There's no way. There's no way. And then like stops for a second. Digs through some more things. Completely stops digging. Like, I imagine this is when she's, you know, shuffling through the specimens, trying to pick out the best pieces. It just stops. Completely stops. And just goes, we're gonna have to go find them, aren't we?
Pork chop kind of like squeaks.
Don't squeak at me like that. Let's go see what Umi's been doing. And then we'll like head back. Could y'all not do this to me right now? Sorry.
It's the cats.
It's the cats. He's on the other side of the room. Shut your face.
I will say, because I didn't definitely thought of it before, as you're walking back along the top deck, or actually probably as you're coming up with the kind of hammocks, under the 2 hammocks that you can kind of, yeah, I get it, depending on your on Zoraka's know-how of teenagers, the 2 that you can kind of identify as the teenage boys' bunks. You do see 2 kind of jumpsuits underneath them with a kind of like gas mask type contraption.
I'll grab those.
Okay.
I mean, listen. Best case scenario, we climb this fucker and find their family and all is well. Worst case scenario, we're gonna have to abandon their ship here and take them back to the nearest port anyway. So, I may as well get the useful stuff off of here, right? Right. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
I'll travel back across. Pick up a little strip of steak off the grill. The safe grill.
The safe grill.
Which I can identify.
Umi is kind of like absent-mindedly chewing on a piece as well.
I imagine it's just kind of like vaguely like jerky at this point.
So the 2 boys kind of, as they're, one of them, Roko kind of looks, he's like, oh, you got our suits.
Well, I'm thinking that maybe the adults need to have a conversation before we talk about your suits. Umi, could you join me above board? And Snots, keep an eye on these two.
Umi instructs Porkchop to to do the same and follows Zoraka on deck.
Okay, so here's what we're looking at. There's probably, based on what you heard and what I heard and what I found, probably at least, there's five of them?
Four that have left. The two parents,
So
brother
six
and
total.
sister.
So there's four.
Yes, six total in the ship.
There's four that have left. They were sent down here by the same people that sent that box to us. For sure. And there's this, and I pull out the envelope and show it to Umi, show the chart and all of the other stuff that we found. So I'm thinking, I mean, if they've got those suits, right, there's a chance that they're still, I don't want to say normal, but that they're still at least okay up there.
Well, maybe not even okay, but perhaps alive.
Exactly. But I don't relish the thought of sending two 16-year-old boys up that thing to find them.
No. I concur. The boys should not be sent up.
And you know what that means.
One of us will have to babysit.
I mean, I just certainly don't trust them down here by themselves. No offense to them. They've done a fine job, but I agree. So that means one of us is going up. And one of us is staying here.
As I do not possess the wave walking ability.
That would be me. Yeah, I know. And I can smush my slime body into this thing.
Meat can babysit.
Meat would be a wonderful babysitter.
Meat could babysit. And we could both go, because I cannot say that I am entirely comfortable with you going out alone, Zoraka.
I can't say that I'm super duper comfortable with it either. So, okay. I imagine Porkchop will stay here as well.
Yes. I mean, Meat cannot cook.
They would starve. Which is
and
ironic.
the boys probably blow something up.
Yeah. I guess this is a question for Tori, maybe? Could Snots survive out there with me?
Yeah, Snots would probably be okay.
Okay. Can I have Snots a little backpack?
Sure.
Okay.
Like one of the little bubble backpacks.
Okay, so we're settled then? Do we fit in these suits? And I hold them up, hold one up to Umi. Do we fit?
It'll definitely be pretty big on Umi. At least I imagine Umi as being kind of short.
Yes,
from
Umi
the way they are.
Is small. They are small. However, Umi could potentially just mushroom into the suit.
Yes,
extend
it will fit well enough.
Yes.
You might have to roll up the arms a little bit, but it'll fit.
Yeah, I will just fill the
meant
suit
to
with
be,
mushrooms.
It's like hazmat suit style almost, right? They're meant to be big, kind of one size fits all suits.
Sneeze.
Excuse me.
Okay. Well, put this on, and I shove one of them at Umi,
Mm-hmm.
and I start fitting the other one up over my boots. Because if they're hazmat style,
Mm-hmm.
they go on over whatever else.
Yes, yeah. You kind of pull them on over. And I will say I'm probably gonna call it a bit early because I don't want Chandler to miss too much.
Mm-hmm.
Since
Yes.
the whole scaling and doing all of this is going to be a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably call it here. What if there's any other roleplay things you guys want to do with this, with
Well,
talking to the boys, gathering any more
Yeah.
information, anything like that.
Yeah.
But I would rather if all three of you head up together because that's kind of the next thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Umi like puts on their suit and it looks like, you know, kind of like a small child wearing like, you know, an adult size suit, and then it just kind of like inflates as they fill the the suit with the excess room with mushrooms, socks, and spores, and then it looks, you know, like a, you know, of an extremely lanky teenager.
Awesome. Yep,
I'm just
Zoraka's gonna
picturing
pull hers
those
on.
I'm picturing those inflatable Halloween costumes, like the Among Us costumes.
Yeah.
Like the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Alright, Zoraka pulls hers on, and then I just have this vision of us walking back down into the kitchen lab wearing the boys' suits. And like not even commenting on it at all. Like Zoraka is not saying anything.
You walk back in to the two boys, Snots and Pork Chop, having like they've hung like a pot on the wall as a target, and they're competing with the sling squirrels to sling little bits of food at their makeshift target.
Well, that's not the worst thing they could be doing. And I like pull the little backpack off the hook on the wall. I'm like, Snots, time to go. And he like hops in his little backpack and sticks his head up.
He was using his tail as like a little slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys kind of look at the two of you and they're like, "Are you guys going up there?"
Well, we weren't going to let you stick around to go up there. And I assume you wouldn't leave if we told you to. So.
Yeah, no, we're not leaving, like, our family.
It is for the best, boys. Tell
The
us
other one
what.
pokes up. Can we have your ship if you die?
I don't think Meat would like that very much.
They kind of look over where Meat's curled up in the corner. Oh.
He's actually intimidating if he's not, like... He had some... There was a... With the eyebrows, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell us, boys, what are your parents' names and your sister's name?
Well, our mom is Ozeta. Ozeta. Our dad is Ito. Ito. And our sister is Kazera. Kazera.
Excellent. So we will know what to call them when we find them.
Do you know how far up they were planning on going?
They just wanted to check out the top, see if they could figure out, like, where all the crezzerin was coming from, or what knocked the tree over.
The top.
Of the
top
stump.
of that.
Of
She
the
like
stump.
points toward the stump.
Yes.
Why the fuck not?
Now that you are, like, standing from their ship, you can kind of see that there's a long rope hanging down.
Okay.
Umi wants to give it an experimental hug. Or are we not right next to the rope?
You can get to the rope.
Yeah. Just give it an experimental tug to see if it's holding fast.
It seems to be.
Okay.
I didn't like the
Well,
way
at
you
least
said
the rope
that.
is secure.
That's
I
very
guess we'll find
religious.
out next week.
Secure? Question mark. All right. So I guess we can call it there. You have
Yes. We'll kind of call it there. If Meat is back next week, we'll say that the family has a spare hazmat suit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Meat
that
will
the
probably
three of
have his
y'all.
own.
Yes, Meat very, very well have his own hazmat suit.
He's just kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so you three can hopefully all together head up there. Because yes, I would hate for Meat to miss. I'm guessing this next chunk will take a little while, depending on what y'all do up there. So.
Indeed.
I just have this visual of us like leaving off, like cliffhanger style. Umi dramatically like holding onto the rope, looking up at it. You know, Zoraka in her backpack with snots hanging over her shoulder like this, and then Meat laying on the ground with the hazmat suit like laid over him. He's not even in it yet. So if anybody wants to know what I'm visualizing in my head, that's what that is.
But yes, unless there's any last things, we will end off there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and I will see you next week.
Yeah. While the Beezus finds us somebody to raid, we'll do goodbyes for you guys. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out. I hope you've continued to enjoy the Wildsea. I know we're really enjoying it. It will be
Hopefully
posted.
next week we can have some background music.
Hopefully. We will be posting this VOD on YouTube. It should be up by 6:30 Eastern tomorrow, assuming that my life doesn't implode in the next 24 hours due to work. You never know. Other than that, we will be back here on Thursday for Thirsty Thursday, where I haven't decided yet if we're going to be finishing Sucker for Love or if we're going to be continuing our Dragon Age Origins campaign.
Sucker for Love.
I know.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found someone for us to raid. Can I say when I'll be on?
Yes.
Next?
Yeah, and you know what we'll even do?
What will we do? A shout out.
A big one.
Thanks, Mommy. Cats and Mommy. So I'll be back on Wednesday night with more, probably Hades, but potentially Dragon Age Origins. We'll see how I'm feeling and what's working on my computer. And I'm very excited because next week, the full game of A Vampire Therapist comes out, and I will be streaming it, so you can watch a therapist play Vampire Therapist. So,
yay! I'm so excited for that.
Also, Del, I found someone for us to raid. It's Mama Bear B is streaming Curse of Strahd.
Ooh, that's pretty much perfect, actually.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
So I've already got it. I've already got the command set up. If you want me to do it.
Yes. Go ahead and push that button. All right. Go take your usual kindness and love to Mama Bear. Say bye to Kaladin. Bye, Kaladin.
Bye, Kaladin.
Look at that dog. God, he's such a dog.
All right. We ready to go?
I'm
gonna hit the button.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
Bye.
We love you. Bye.
This puppy.
That